Well, I take photographs more or less every day of just my everyday surroundings, and I have boxes and boxes of these photographs, files of them, and a lot of these end up on the studio wall, taped up, blue tacked on, and I'll come to an image that grabs my attention and simply paint it. The portraits of people I know very intimately, ex-lovers, friends, partners, some from the past, some from the present. Some of the paintings come from images taken over 20 years ago. The one behind me was an image from the sort of like 2003. So it's strange being middle-aged and looking back all the time. And I find by painting them, I'm kind of giving them a present tense narrative. Well, I mean, as a kid, I moved around a lot, so I was always staring at photographs. There was always this longing for that moment. This body of work, I mean, it wasn't done as a body of work, it was just individual paintings. When I started painting more directly from the image rather than trying to reinvent the image or, blur things, scrape the paint off, the more direct I was with the process, I felt the more honest it was. I think it's very important for the viewer to just completely understand what they're looking at, not necessarily read the narrative behind it, but just approach it from their own experience. I almost want them to be quite mundane, but obviously for me, they're not. I mean, a lot of the images are from flats I spent a lot of time in, and they were meeting places where I loved people, and parties. And I think for me, a party is always interesting. The aftermath of a party has more of a presence in a room than the actual party, if that makes sense. The day after has more of a resonance to me. And having a camera for me was always very natural. Obviously, we all have iPhones, we're all photographers now, but I still carry my camera around with me. And I find that zooming and focusing and framing an image or a person, there's a lot more effort required in doing that rather than casually snapping away. I have painted from iPhone shots, but none of the paintings in the show have been taken from an iPhone. I think my favorite piece in the show is one of Jason with the CDs, because, who listens to CDs now? That's the thing. And I never thought I'd paint piles of CDs, but I think it sort of also captures Jason at a time when he was struggling with a lot of issues, and it seems callous to sort of reminisce and think about, I love the way the light falls on his face, but I hope the portrait is empathetic in a way that it's not looking at him, it's kind of being with him. Park entrance landscape painting is the newest painting I've done for the show. It's also, in terms of the image, it's the oldest image in the show. It's from a photograph taken in the mid to late 90s. And it was an old cruising ground. It's all been landscaped, gentrified, it's all gone. And so when I saw these images in my file of these beautiful parkland walks, it was a good opportunity to revisit that space. I mean, the photograph is documenting a space, but when you're painting it, it becomes very much a painting, a process. So it's juggling the two. I mean, I was really influenced by painters who were primarily abstract painters. They may have used representational imagery, but it was primarily about failure and about making something quite confrontational. And I did attempt that, but I think as a personality, I'm not like that. I tried to be like that, but I think anyone looking at my work from the past would just think, oh, that's a bit, who's he trying to kid? I mean, that's a great thing about reaching a certain age, is that you just give up on pretending and just be yourself.